Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome once again to our virtual classroom. And what I want to do today is to go through the second part of our previous assignment, which you will find in Friday's lesson. So let me go ahead and share my screen as we go to Schoology. And we're actually going to go to week 16, which is last week. Go to Friday, and we're going to continue with Friday's assignment. Just to get a few more examples, of what we did on Friday. So I do highly recommend that if you haven't seen it recently, go back to Friday's video and watch the examples that I have for 1, 2, and 3. And with that in mind, I just want to do a few more of these. So let's go to question number 4. And let's begin by seeing what the important information here is. So number 4, we have that Mary saved $17.50 in the past 3 weeks. At this rate, how much will she save in 15 weeks? Remember, ladies and gentlemen, our goal is to create a word fraction, a fraction that shows the two things that I'm comparing. Not any numbers involved, just the words. What are the two things that I'm comparing? So let's look at our important information. So Mary saved $17.50. That is the amount of money that she saved. And that happened in the past 3 weeks. At this rate, how much will she save? So the question is asking how much will she save in 15 weeks? So looking at this problem, ladies and gentlemen, we can see that the two things that we are comparing is the amount of money that she saved, so money that she saved, and weeks. It's as simple as that. The money that she has saved in a certain number of weeks, right? So that is our word fraction. Anything in the numerator will have to do with the money that she saved. Anything in the denominator will be the money that, the number of weeks that it took her. The ratio that we're given is $17.50 in 3 weeks. 1750, money that was saved, 3 refers to the weeks. And the other important piece of information that is given to us is 15 weeks. And so we're going to use that to create an equivalent fraction. And I'm going to do that here next to the 1750 over 3. And the 15 will be the denominator because that has to do with weeks. All right. And now we're asking, well, what do I need to do to make this an equivalent fraction where the denominator now is 15 as opposed to 3? Well, to go from 3 to 15, I have to multiply this by 5. And if I do that to the denominator, I must do the same to the numerator. So I will multiply 1750 or 17.5 times 5. 5 times 5 is 25. 5 times 7 is 35 plus 2 is 37. 5 times 1 is 5 plus 3 is 8. We have 1 decimal place. So therefore, ladies and gentlemen, in 15 weeks, she will have saved $87.50. $87.50, which is what I will type here. $87.50. Make sure we have 2 decimal places because this is talking about money. Very good. Let's just do one more. Just to get yet another example. And I'll leave this one up. Or rather, you can, I guess, rewind if you need to see that a little bit better. Question number 5. The park ranger stocks the children's fishing pond, keeping a ratio of 4 sunfish to 3 perch. If he puts 300 sunfish into the pond, how many perch should be put into the pond? All right. Well, the two things that I'm comparing are sunfish and perch, right? So I'm going to write down my word fraction. I have sunfish. I'm just going to write the word sun. That's going to be my numerator, and my denominator is going to be perch. There is my word fraction. Those are the two things that I will be comparing. Now, the ratio that is given to me of sunfish to perch is 4 sunfish for every 3 perch. And the other piece of important information is that 300 sunfish were put into the pond. So the 300 will go on top with the sunfish. And the question is asking, well, how many perch need to be put in there to keep the same ratio? All right, what I like about this problem is that it's not super obvious what we need to do to go from 4 to 300. 4 times something is equal to 300. Now, I know it's multiplication and I have the products, so let's just do the opposite. 4 times something is equal to 300. So 300 divided by 4 will give me that something that I'm missing. So I'm going to do 300. And I'm going to divide that by 4. And that's going to give me 75. That should be a 5. Sorry about that. 75 exactly. That is not my answer. That just means that 4 times 75 is equal to 300. So if I'm multiplying the numerator by 75 to get to 300, I have to multiply the denominator by 75 to see how many perch I need in there. So 3 times 75, that's going to be equal to 225. If you multiply it, that's what you should get, 225. So that means, ladies and gentlemen, that for 300, when I have 300 sunfish in the pond, I need 225 perch in there as well. Again, all I did is I wrote down my word fraction, sunfish to perch. I wrote down the ratio that was given to me, 4 to 3, and then I used the rest of the information, 300 sunfish, to create an equivalent fraction. That's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. If you follow that pattern for each one of these problems, you should be fine. And we're going to be using the same pattern for the rest of the problems this week. I hope you found that helpful, and I will see you next time.